Today I'm going to start off by telling you a little story. Kelsey Marchbanks, one of my family friends, was 15 years old when she was diagnosed in November 2005 with osteosarcoma in her right leg. For those of you who may not know, the American Cancer Society website states that osteosarcoma is a cancer that forms in the bones. After about 2 years of critical treatment, including chemotherapy and a surgery to remove part of her shin bone, she was diagnosed cancer-free in January 2007. After being diagnosed cancer-free, Kelsey went back to the life she loved, which was dancing for the Council High School dance team. She lived every moment to her fullest potential until tragedy struck again 3 years later. In May 2010, a chest x-ray indicated that the cancer metastasized into her right lung. After removing about 2/3 of her right lung, she was diagnosed cancer-free again and went back to living a somewhat normal life again, until tragedy struck for a third time. The cancer spread to the remaining part of her right lung and was pressing on her heart. Due to the position of the tumor, they were unable to do surgery, so they started radiation. With her spirits held high, she lived a few more months with her family and her fiance until she lost the battle a couple months later on June 8th, 2011. I lost one of my really close friends that day, and it was one of the hardest things I've ever had to go through. That's why I'm very passionate about the nonprofit organization that I'm going to talk to you about today, which is Kelsey's Hope Foundation. First, I will talk to you about how the foundation got started. Then I'll talk to you about some of the events that the foundation puts on, and at the end I'll talk to you about some of the donations that they've made. Let's go on to talk about how the foundation got started. The foundation was formed by Kelsey in her second round of cancer from the hospital bed. According to Kelsey Marchbanks, in a conversation with her before she passed away, she told me that her goal was to lighten the loads of cancer patients. During Kelsey's 3 years being cancer-free, she volunteered as a guest speaker for groups like Make-A-Wish, Friends for Kids with Cancer, and His Kids. After Kelsey passed away, her family, including her mother, her father, her little brother, and her little sister, continued the foundation in the name of Kelsey. Now that you know a little bit about how Kelsey's Hope Foundation got started, let's go on to talk about some of the events that the foundation has put on. Recently stated on the Kelsey's Hope Foundation website, there have been many events the foundation has put on in order to raise money. For example, one event is a Princess Dodgeball Tournament. Another event is a 5K walk to fight childhood cancer. More events include 50 States of Hope, Sock It to Cancer, Dance for a Cure, Trees for Hope, and many more. Recently, in a conversation with my mother, Karen Bell, who participated in the Trees for Hope event, stated that seeing all of the beautiful wreaths, Christmas lights, and just the Winter Wonderland display in general was so breathtaking, and it made everyone feel like Kelsey's high spirits were in the air. Kelsey's family also participated in the St. Baldrick's Foundation event to support Kelsey. Recently updated on the St. Baldrick's event foundation website, it stated that it is home of the head shaving event, which is a fun and easy way to raise money for a very serious cause. Now that you know about some of the events that the foundation has put on or participated in, I want to talk to you now about some of the donations that the foundation has made. Kelsey's Hope Foundation raises money for various different organizations and causes. Recently, on Kelsey's Hope Foundation website, it states that the foundation gives a $500 scholarship every year to a high school senior whose goal is to become a nurse. In December 2011, a total of $10,000 was donated for gifts and trips to cancer patients and their families. In an email interview with Gail Marchbanks, Kelsey's mother, she told me that Kelsey's Hope Foundation donated $15,000 for childhood cancer research to Dr. Todd Drewley's research lab at Washington University School of Medicine. Gail also told me that the foundation is comprised entirely of volunteers, and 97% of the money raised goes to benefit children with cancer, and the other 3% is for legal fees, office supplies, and other things that are needed. In closing, I want to reemphasize what I told you earlier about Kelsey's Hope Foundation. It's a nonprofit organization that was started by Kelsey in her second round of cancer to help families just like hers while they were going through the same tragedy that she was. Today I shared with you 3 main points. First, how the foundation got started, the events that they have held, and some of the donations that they have made. Thank you so much for your time and attention.